I'm pleased to introduce Rabbi Duvi Honig, founder and CEO of the Orthodox Jewish Chamber of Commerce. He has dedicated his life to uniting communities through economic cooperation. Today, he speaks on commerce as common ground, exploring how business can protect religious freedom and democratic integrity.
Thank you. Thank you all, thank you all, thank you all. Before I begin, I want to thank Pastor Mark Burns for his leadership, partnership, and tireless efforts in bringing today's International Interfaith Conference together. Thank you. I skimmed through the topics, and I wanted to tell you, Pastor, that they couldn't have been more on target, and my short remarks are going to include all three of them: religious persecution, children protection, and spiritual diplomacy. This past Sunday, I attended a concert, the largest Jewish concert on the Northeast, that left the entire room silenced. Alano Hill, a 24-year-old pianist kidnapped from the Nova Music Festival on October 7th and held in Hamas tunnels surrounded by complete darkness without seeing sunlight for 505 days, told us that the only thing, Pastor, that kept him sane and alive was saying Shema Yisrael every day. Then he sat at the piano in the auditorium and played Shema Yisrael. There was not a dry eye in the room. That moment says everything. Freedom alone does not bring happiness, purpose, or light. Faith does. When faith is pushed aside, even free societies become confused and hollow. We are seeing the consequences today. The woke movement over the past decade or so, and let's not forget what happened to women's rights, has tried to erase religion from public life. They ridicule moral boundaries and punish those who openly live by their faiths and basic truths, leaving a generation unanchored, divided, and increasingly hostile to one another, all in the name of democracy. That means all us religious leaders, we were absolute with the woke movement because we kept the Shabbat. We didn't want to go to work, so we had to file those briefs to protect religion. Christians on Sunday, all those things. A man, a woman, who's a man, who's a woman. Would you believe that today the Supreme Court's using our taxpayer dollars to decide if a man's a woman's a man? Come on. And I want to go on a little more over here, okay? The woke movement, anti-Semitism, confusion, anger, is not how it was during the Holocaust. It's very different. We have simple, confused children in the next generation. Imagine if you're told two men are your parent. Imagine if you taught, follow the science, follow the biology, follow science. Okay, I'm following it. COVID, follow science. Okay, I'm following it. So how could you tell me in school that a man's a woman and a woman's a man? That brings inner anger. That brings frustration. That brings confusion to the next generation. That destroys our country, our nation, our values. They are a hijacking democracy. We are here today to claim it back. Thank you, Pastor. We owe gratitude to President Donald Trump for taking a clear stand against the woke movement. And we all know the lack of stories, people saying he's abusing women. He's the one who's standing up to protect women. There's another issue I want to discuss, and I'm over here, by the way, I'm not wearing any gloves. I'm here. I told the pastor when he spoke, whoever's here for pictures, please leave. You know, we're not here for that. We want takeaways. We want to discuss topics that empower us. We want to discuss topics that empower us all together as faith leaders, that we could stand together and represent our communities without being intimidated or threatened when we speak up, because that happens way too often. And this is a topic that I want to bring up and work with everyone together with Pastor. Too often, political faith-based liaisons and appointees by the government specifically abused authority entrusted to them. Instead of compassion, there's silence when we reach out to them for help. Instead of dialogue, there's intimidation. Duvi, if you make this public, and you speak up and you complain to President Trump that I didn't include the Jewish communities in Nassau County or Rockland County or 770, the Chabad community reached out to me for over a year. The Jewish liaison didn't respond to him. And I have a whole list of the biggest communities. And then I have a tweet from President Donald Trump who said that Lakewood, New Jersey, where I reside, is the #1 supporter of him, the Orthodox community. And we built it. 2016, Donald Trump, the Trump organization was a sponsor by my event, and we built his network with him. And still our community goes ignored. And I spoke up against this, and I got threats from the Jewish liaison from the White House, and he blackmailed me and cut me out of the Hanukkah party because I spoke up. And I am calling him out. Resign. We need to speak up and have people represent the president who represents the president's interests. People who stand by empowering faith-based leaders, not intimidating faith-based leaders. When we stand together like this, our different divisions, different departments, in the White House, in government, and I was threatened by state when I endorsed Lee Zeldin. I was threatened by state liaisons because of the crash, smash, and grabs, and they said you won't have any place with the new administration because you stood up for them. When I called out President Biden's team for hosting a hate-based summit, blaming it on the Jews, blaming it on Jersey City, blaming it on Rockland County attacks, blaming it on anti-Semitism, but not including one Orthodox Jew, I called them out for it, and the White House took a fight with me, and the Jewish liaison cut me out then as well because I spoke up for what's right. But I work with the other liaisons, I work with the government, I work with the administration itself, and I'm able to help community leaders day in, day out because I'm above them. But it's those communities who reach out to me that I have to bypass on their behalf that we have to speak out for. On another note, in a multi-billion-dollar economic stimulation creating thousands of jobs in the U.S., New Jersey will host FIFA 2026. And we, the Orthodox Jewish Chamber of Commerce, are taking the lead, working with the new administration in New Jersey to form. And I met with the Lieutenant Governor. He came to my JBIZ Expo, and we had a meeting for a half hour about this. And he's also a pastor. He wanted to be here today, but he was just sworn in, and he couldn't make it. I spoke to him about forming a FIFA faith-based committee, using the world's largest sporting platform to bring people closer together, promote respect across faiths and cultures, and unite rather than divide. Not like Europe. We're going to set over here in the United States, we're going to set that tone that sports unites people, doesn't divide people. I want to pause from personal note. Today, January 22nd, is my birthday. And it is also the 21st wedding anniversary of President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania. On behalf of our community, the Orthodox Jewish Chamber of Commerce, Pastor Burns and his team, we extend our warm congratulations and wishes and continues strength and leadership. Our chairman, J. Morton Davis, who couldn't be here today, he's close to 100, the close friend of the president, for half a century, sends his congratulations to the president. And final, I also want to announce today, as the founder of the Morris Katz Foundation, together with my partners, Alan Dershowitz, Elon Carr, former U.S. Special Envoy and Monitor to Combat Anti-Semitism and CEO of IAC Today, Malcolm Homeline, Mayor Izzy Spitzer of New Square, and the Morris Katz Foundation Committee, that we, the Jewish community, have nominated President Donald Trump for the Morris Katz Presidential Legacy Award for President's Day 2026. Morris Katz was a Holocaust survivor, twice Guinness World Record holder, who spent 6 years painting every U.S. president in old master style, with millions of postcards sold for him. Never to take freedom or leadership for granted, as a Holocaust survivor inspired by Kennedy's assassination, to show appreciation to our president. In that same spirit, after efforts to diminish President's Day just 2 years ago, amid renewed threats to religious freedom, we proudly advance this nomination following prior honorees Ambassador Mike Huckabee and President Isaac Herzog from Israel, who took leadership stands putting American democracy first, carrying the artist's presidential collection message of appreciation to all. This is Newsmax President's Day article, and this goes to the children of the next generation to teach them what appreciation, what patriotism stands for. And I finish over here. It's called Educating the Next Generation. If we don't know what President's Day stands for, if we don't know what President Trump is doing today, and we just build with hate coming from the woke movement, good luck to the next generation. Thank you, Pastor Burns, for your leadership. Thank you to your team. Thank you to all. And I am going to hand you this to hand to the President, put on his table.
Thank you.